finished the story.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, it is WrestleMania weekend, and the OGs of Wrestling Fellas is here to give you everything about WrestleMania and anything that's happened this week. But yeah, like you said, the OGs. If you can see,
OG.
Someone missing.
Yeah.
Don't know where he normally is.
Gone out to Japan.
Yes, Ted is in Japan, so this is why Ted is not with us. Matt is genuinely hurt that Ted is away WrestleMania season.
It is the biggest week ever for wrestling.
And he hasn't let him live it down for about a year.
I won't.
Around this time here last year.
I won't.
He'll probably be in Japan next year for WrestleMania again. But yes, Ted's not with us this week, so you are back to the OGs, the original two. If you've been with us since day one, thank you very much.
Yes.
It was a painful struggle back in the early days.
It really was. It was a struggle.
But yes, you've got us, and obviously this weekend, you've got me and Matt, and hopefully Ted by satellite for night one.
By satellite. Alright, Vince.
Don't know how else to call it. And then obviously me and Matt for night two, as well as me and Matt for Takeover as well on Saturday. And remember, guys, I'll probably say it a couple of times in this video, 6 p.m. for Takeover in the UK, midnight for WrestleMania, night 1 and 2.
Plus, I'm live tonight for NXT.
Yep.
So come join me for NXT. And I'm live for SmackDown and the Hall of Fame on TikTok and YouTube. So
he will be live, whether he is alive.
Yeah, whether I'm actually up or not is a different matter. I could be here, like, looking like a zombie, don't even know what I'm saying, so that should be fun, shouldn't it? Get us cancelled.
Yeah.
But no, we'll be live.
Matt is going to be covering a lot of stuff this week. He's took a week off work. I've unfortunately got to still work. Hopefully work it out next year where I'm off a bit more of you, because I'm being a new job. But yeah, what a week. What a week this is going to hopefully be.
Fingers crossed. Last night's got anything to go by? Probably not, so we'll go out, right?
Yeah, the Go Home Raw show, guys, last night, we were both live for it. Barring the Penta Thin and AJ carrying match, the promo was pretty good. It was more, the promo at the end was probably only good because it was funny.
Well, between Punk, Seth and Roman.
Yeah, the Seth and Roman stuff was great.
Yeah.
Then Roman attacked Seth and then pushed Punk all over. CM Punk came out to save him. And he cried to him like he was a child being picked on the playground. Go and give it a watch if you haven't seen it.
It was really good. Funny. It was funny. Go and watch our reactions. It is on YouTube.
Oh yeah, we did do YouTube last night. So if you want to see our reactions to it, go and watch it there. But yeah, let's dive into it, mate. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm alright, mate. I'm alright. Already tired after night one. There's a lot of fucking lives to go through. But no, all good, mate. All good. Excited. I love WrestleMania week. You all know how much I love WrestleMania week. I've slacked this year though. I've not watched every WrestleMania. I've slacked. I know. I'm on 24. So I've got a lot to go.
I blame Netflix for that, mate. I blame Netflix for that.
I blame all me editing. I blame editing and Ginge. That's what I'm blaming. But no, yeah, I'm looking forward to this week. I love WrestleMania week. So much to watch. You get interviews coming out left, right, and centre as well. Chris Van Vliet does loads, and Pat's show. Logan Paul has some as well.
Even outside of WWE, there's going to be so much stuff on to watch this week because a lot of shows get put on in and around Vegas. Like if you can, GCW Bloodsports and stuff like that's going to be on this week.
It won't be on TV though, will it?
Triller.
For free?
I don't know. Don't think so.
Not paying for it then.
No, this is it. This is one of the ones like I was saying to you last night. Little Izzy's got. So if you remember back in the day when Bayley was a hugger, the little girl in NXT, she's called Izzy. She's actually got a match this week for WWE ID. I really want to watch it, but it's on Triller. And I'm not paying her. It's a Triller Extra. I think it's like $5.99 a month. I already paid him a $5 for AEW Extra. I'm not paying him a $5. But sure there's means and ways on the internet to find these events for free.
Yeah, there's that much to watch though. I don't know if I can fit it in. Plus, Friday is Good Friday. So we'll have it.
It's Easter weekend this weekend.
Yeah, so we've got a family get together on the Friday. So I'm not drinking, obviously.
Mate,
so basically, what I'm doing is I'm gonna go, and then at about 6 o'clock, I'm gonna go home and go to bed, and wake up at literally 1:45, if I can. If you're anyone that knows me and have been watching us for a while, knows I don't sleep. I literally have about 4 hours a night. So this should be fun.
Yeah.
Join us.
And I can't. The annoying thing is I can't even bail you out on any of it.
No, I know.
I've got to work Saturday.
So all I'm saying is Sunday, if I'm not dead, it will be over here. We'll be watching WrestleMania. If I'm not dead, I'm hoping I'm not, and I'm hoping I'll be fine. I'll just get some Lucozade down me and just get on with it.
Well, let's do it this way. If you're
I have a free Nando's.
If you're knackered on Saturday, we'll do Saturday at home if you want, and do Sunday together.
Let's see what I'm like when I wake up.
The big.
Sunday's the better card. Sunday's better.
Depends how you look at it, because you've got the triple threat night one. You got Jane Gunther.
Yeah, that's it.
Night 2, you've got Cena and Cody.
You got the fatal 4-way.
The fatal 4-way.
Drew Priest, AJ Logan.
Either way, we are going to be live for it.
Yeah, we'll be live. Whether we're live together on both days or whether it's just one of the days, we'll be live some way or shape or form. The schedule is at the bottom there, going along the bottom, so go check. That's what we're live for this week. I'm potentially going to go live Wednesday during the day for a couple of hours, just pop in, chat whatever you want about wrestling. Same on Thursday. But yeah, Friday I'm busy all day.
Shit that we can't watch old stuff without being. Well,
I want to on Discord, but no one can join in Discord. So join the fucking Discord, and we can watch WrestleManias together.
Absolutely, you get in the Discord as well. And I tell you what, I'll put it out this week. If you get in the Discord and you sub to the TikTok page, if there's, because I know AEW is a pay-per-view it's not shown free on Netflix or anything like that. Anybody wants to watch AEW pay-per-views, I will put them in the Discord live, but you're only getting access if you're a subscriber.
And a constant subscriber.
A constant subscriber on TikTok. So it is a paid subscription, but I'm paying for this pay-per-view. You're getting to watch it.
Yeah.
Bit of a leeway. So yeah, that's something for you guys.
Be like Sweet Sister.
Yeah.
8 months subscriber. So 8 months subscriber.
Yeah. Dave, I think Dave's probably about 8 months as well.
Dave will be. Stacey will be as well. Dave's missus.
So yeah, if you're a constant subscriber, I will run the AEW pay-per-views on Discord. Yeah. But you only get in if you're a constant subscriber and you're paid.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that helps people out. So that little draw to get into our Discord. And it will start with Double or Nothing in May.
Big one, that one as well. Double or Nothing's a good one, always.
Let's get into it. Talking of AEW, we might as well start there because we've just mentioned them. Forbidden Door has been announced.
Forbidden Door has been announced, yeah. I put it in the chat before, didn't I?
Forbidden Door has been given a location. It will be the O2 Arena in London, which we sort of guessed, I think, around the time now. Bank holiday weekend, I believe, again.
Yeah. It is again.
And they are doing Dynamite in Glasgow a few nights before.
And Collision.
Ooh.
They're doing a double taping.
I don't think I'm going Forbidden Door.
Okay. Because of situations
and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but I did O2 for Mania. And it's just a horrible venue, mate.
O2 for Mania? Money in the Bank.
Money in the Bank, sorry.
Yeah.
Mania on the brain. Mania's on the brain. It's just it was such a horrible stadium, mate, arena. It's in the middle, it's nowhere near everything. Public transport out of it was a nightmare.
Is that where, I think I've been there for TakeOver, was NXT TakeOver there?
It's the old Millennium Dome.
TakeOver London. If it is, then I was there for it, and it is awful. Yeah. Oh no, the SSE Arena.
No, I
Is
don't
that
know.
not
That's
it?
no, it's the old O2. It's the old Millennium Dome. It's got like almost like a little
Wembley
like
Arena.
yeah. No, that was next to Wembley,
Oh, okay.
where they should have done Dynamite.
Ah, okay.
But no, it's in like a complex, mate, with like food courts. Like it's in the middle of a food court as well, so it's always
Oh, is
busy.
it Box Park?
No, it's the actual Millennium Dome.
I've never been or seen it.
No, so it's literally it's where Money in the Bank was, mate. It's like in the old Millennium Dome. It's now like a thing. It's got a shopping centre on it and stuff like that. It's so busy, like, and then you add wrestling fans into it. It's just going to be a nightmare.
Yeah.
Public transport is horrible to get back from, and there isn't any hotels within walking distance of it that you're not going to pay through the nose for.
Right.
London makes just a nightmare. I'm in London in June anyway. I think I am. But yeah, I am thinking though, I might do Dynamite and Collision. Pennies.
What, in Glasgow?
Yeah.
Why?
Takes two things off a box for me. So obviously go and watch wrestling, AW, Glasgow. But I have like a little life goal. It's really sad shit life goal, but there's a reason behind it. To visit Glasgow and visit Selly Park. So I can kill two birds with one stone.
Fair enough.
Gives me another reason to just go up to Surf Stadium. For a stadium, have a walk around the stadium. It's going to my granddad's team. I've always wanted to go. So I might go up for a couple of days.
2009. 9 for United Celtic. We won 1-0. No, we drew. 0-0.
That's the goal, to go for a game. I
think
I might try and book like a couple of days up there, go for a game as well. But yeah, so I might do Dynamite, but situations.
Yeah.
It got to be put in consideration. I'm hoping to know a bit more by then.
Oh, well, we should do, considering it's August.
Yeah, I'm hoping to be gone by then. That's how much I want to be good. But
fingers crossed.
Yes, Bank Holiday weekend, Forbidden Door, O2 Arena.
Well, we'll stay on AEW because we are talking about AEW. Mariah May has been in Twitter wrestling fans' heads, and all for different reasons. You perverts. She has been in the news because she tweeted about the destination being right for her. Her contract is coming up in the summer. According to Dave Meltzer, there's talk behind the scenes that May has her eyes set on WWE, and people in the company already know it and already come to terms with the potential she's gone. Dave has said, I know from people in WWE, they want her, that they know she wants to go there. I don't know when her contract is up. Everyone seems to think it's summer. Brian Alvarez backed up that May signed a 2-year deal in November 2023 when she joined AEW. Based on that, Mafia contract might not be up quite yet, but AEW insiders are already betting on her departure. He says, I was given the impression it's a 2-year deal that she signed originally, so you can do the math. I've heard the same thing. At least in AEW, there's belief she's headed to WWE. So with the women's locker room, well, not women's locker room, but the women's scene already not exactly great as it is, and I know Mariah May isn't exactly the Tony
standout performer this year.
No, that's where I'm getting to. Let me cook. I know she's not Charlotte Flair or Bianca Belair, or she's not technically sound. However, she's a very, very good performer. We've seen it with a feud with Toni Storm. A loss for AEW, game for WWE.
If it happens, yeah, it'd be a loss for AEW. I don't necessarily think it'd be a gain for WWE, because I think the women's roster down in NXT is really good at the moment, and there's so much potential for them coming up that she could be lost in that shuffle.
Okay.
I personally, and it's nothing to do with me liking AEW or whatever. I personally, if I was in that situation, she's only really been on the scene for about a year and a bit, because she was doing the sort of manager role for Tony Storm for a little while, where she's been wrestling. I would I would do maybe another year with AEW. Hone my skills. Let's not make the same mistake Jay Cargill did. Run across, be found out very, very quickly.
I think it's different with Jade though, because Jade's matches in AEW were very 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Whereas Mariah May, she's gone on for half an hour against Tony Storm.
I think Mariah May, if she stayed in AEW, she could be the face of the women's division with Tony Storm. If she went and took titles from Mercedes Moné, her and Tony could run that division.
I don't think
and it'd be great.
And there's nothing against Mariah May. It's just with Mercedes there.
Yeah. I think
Britt.
Mercedes at the moment is killing that division.
And Britt when Britt's back.
Yeah, I've watched some old AEW pay-per-views this week, just because I've run out of shit to watch, and I feel like I've worked out why the women's division sucks in AEW, and it all stems back to the early days. So in the early days of AEW, it almost had two women's divisions.
Okay.
Where it was the likes of Britt Baker, Nyla Rose, the Bunny, that sort of people. But then they were putting on matches where it was just Japanese women wrestling.
Yeah, you've said that before.
And I rewatched it this week. I think, and I know who was behind that, and I'm sorry, and come at me, but he is one of my favourite wrestlers of all time. And right now, Kenny Omega booked them matches.
Okay.
He was heavily about getting the Japanese women on TV.
Yeah.
Because he's friends with Shida and Rio, especially Rio. Rio's his really good friend. I think that locker room suffered massively because there was so much TV time given to these Japanese wrestlers who haven't been back. Shida's the only one that's been back. And back full time. I don't think Rio's been back.
She came back last year, didn't she? For, I think, a stint early last year. Then that was it. She's gone again.
But yeah, on one of the events, mate, I watched, we had a fatal four-way. Nyla Rose, the Bunny, Britt Baker, and Awesome Kong. And then we had 4 random Japanese women in another match. And it killed it. It killed it. And I think that's where the women's division struggled.
Yeah.
Because there was so much investment put into the Japanese wrestlers and getting them on TV and making something out of them that they forgot about their own women.
Yeah. Yeah, you've said that before in the past.
The Bunny's gone. Nyla Rose has disappeared, which annoys me. Awesome Kong didn't sign. Britt Baker's disappeared. We've lost Saraya.
Thunder Rosa is on Collision.
Thunder Rosa is on Collision. Big bug for mine, because I actually love Thunder Rosa. I'm hoping they let someone book that, and if like Gail Kim's available, let Gail Kim book it.
Well, there is. I'll stay on Mariah May for a second. Yeah, I think there's 5 women at the moment in NXT that needs to be called up, and you've got Roxanne, which no doubt she will be as soon as the draft happens. Jordan Grace, Stephanie McKay, Julia, and Cora Jade. I think them 5. Cora Jade's been down there since fucking 2020 now. She's whenever she left AEW to go NXT. She's been down there. 2021, I think it was. They're all ready to go up.
She's been injury blight,
yeah,
hasn't she?
Yeah. But yeah, she's still fucking one of the best they've got. But and then after them lot, you've got Jada Parker, who's in the Fatal 4-Way this weekend, who is fucking great. Lola Vice is in there. You've got Ren Sinclair, who doesn't get enough TV time. You've got women there. You've got Kalani Jordan, that can go. So adding Mariah May, she won't get lost. She'd be the champ.
So when I say Mick's lost in the shuffle, I mean when they came up. If she went to NXT, she'd be all right. But when she came up to the main roster with the likes of them you've just named, and so
definitely.
Lost then.
But obviously they're gonna probably 3 of them are probably gonna get caught up in the draft because yeah, I hope Jada Parker wins the women's title on Saturday because I think she fucking deserves it more than anyone. But Roxanne's definitely getting called up.
Yeah.
Stephanie Vicky's definitely getting called up. Julia, I'm unsure about at the moment.
I think they'll get Julia longer, I think.
I don't. I think she's going to get called up. I think if Asuka and Kairi carry on state, because Asuka's apparently took another couple of... They'll give her another couple of months. So if Asuka stays off TV, Julia will get called up to fill that void. Corey will stay down for a little bit longer. And then, obviously, Jada Parker will stay down there. But then, if Mariah May comes in the summer, she just jumps straight into the main event. Like Ricky Starks has with the North American title, won it on his first match. Kind of thing, which pissed me off. Another woman that is coming on her way back, and fans are apparently calling for her to return, is Tay Mello. Fans on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and TikTok are all asking for her to come back. I watched her in NXT when she made a few appearances. I thought she was okay. I'd never watched her in AEW, so I can't say whether she was good or not. Thoughts? Will she help the division?
So Tay Mello. So are we talking AEW? Back to AEW?
Yeah.
With
Sammy.
For Tay Mello, whatever you want to call it, Tay is... My opinion on Tay Mello changed. And it's when she got with Sammy. It's nothing to do with Sammy. Her whole in-ring personality and everything changed once her and Sammy became an item. Tay Mello was one of my favourites early doors. I really liked her.
Okay.
And then when she joined like the JSS and obviously they were lined there with Sammy and stuff, it just got weird.
Why?
You know, like don't know, they just force fed that they were in a relationship down our neck. You know, they were kissing on TV, then stuff like that. No, I'm not bothered about that. It just Tay Mello didn't need Sammy. Sammy didn't need Ty. It's just Tony Khan sort of got, well, hang on a minute, you two are a couple. Let's put this together on TV and let's do that.
Right.
It didn't need it for me. If Tay Mello doesn't need, she's good. I think she's. Was she a kickboxer or something?
Yeah, she's
Olympian Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, jiu-jitsu.
She's good, but maybe I don't know. I'm unsure on that one's probably my best answer. I'm unsure because I feel like maybe the time off people have surpassed her a little bit.
Yeah. Well, she has been on TV for a while, hasn't she? Her last match was in January.
She obviously been away and had a baby and stuff, but that's understandable. But I feel like there's people surpassed her, like Chris Statlander, Willow, stuff like that. They've gone way past her now.
Yeah, Chris Statlander's quality. Chris Statlander is ace. Yeah, I don't know whether I want to talk about this.
What is it?
No, I'm not going to. It's just AEW struggling to sell tickets over the next few months.
There is one thing I want to talk about AEW before we move on to WWE and anything else.
Oh, actually, there's one more thing I want to say.
Go on.
Why is Tony Khan bringing in another Ring of Honor Women's Championship in? The Pure Championship.
He's not keeping that Pure Championship. I don't know. I don't know. I thought he was going to start narrowing down titles, combining the Intercontinental and the
International and the Continental, yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was starting to whittle it down. I don't know. It's probably get Mercedes Moné another belt.
It really is, though, isn't it? I've just seen something about Britt Baker.
What's up about Britt?
Britt Baker's absence from AEW TV has fueled endless speculation, but the latest update just shut the door on the exit rumours. During an April Q&A session with Fightful, Sean Ross Sapp was asked directly about Baker's status, who said the fan question referenced Andrew Zarian, who recently said on Matt Men podcast that Baker's situation was something, but not his story to tell. That line immediately had fans thinking the worst, but Sean Ross Sapp threw the cold water on the idea. Britt Baker's AEW status confirmed amid speculation that she's not going anywhere. She's at AEW are keeping hold of her. Which so they should.
Britt Baker should be the one that takes Mercedes Moné's titles.
Yeah, I know that about it.
All of them. But yeah, the thing I want to talk about is on Dynamite this week, we had a match, a tag team match, the main event. It was Samoa Joe, Hook versus Yuta and Claudio.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Hook took, I'm not too sure, I can't quite pinpoint it, and it's a bit hazy. And Hook took either an uppercut or a shot from Claudio and got a concussion.
Okay.
And Hook threw up in the ring.
Oh, shit.
But it was missed. Okay. And the match carried on. He took a big bump. Well done by Claudio, though, on the chair. So they put the chair upside down, so the legs like that. Claudio perfectly timed it, so Hook landed on the bent of the chair, but between the legs.
Okay.
And he was sick again in the ring. Okay. So a lot of people online, and I've had text messages about this as well, I want to discuss it, have said, why hasn't the ref stepped in and called the match through the X-Up? To a degree, I agree. If he's been that bad, absolutely. You can see the second one. If you watch the video closely, you can literally see the sick in the ring. The ref was outside the ring at the time when he did throw up the second time, so he couldn't really. He could have, but
I was going to say, someone's in his ear.
Yeah, but this is it. So someone messaged me this week about it and said, I can't believe they didn't stop the match because of that. So this made me think, I agree to it, yeah. But if we go back through history, and I'll even go back recent history of wrestling, there's been so many opportunities in wrestling matches where things have happened in the ring and they've just carried on because the wrestlers won't stop. So Hook, I would probably go out on a limb and say Hook, someone's probably asked Hook if he's all right, and he's just said, I want to finish this. Sometimes you need to step in. I'll give another example in recent history, and this is the one I replied back to the person. It's metal toolbox, Drew's head.
Oh, yeah.
That should have been stopped.
Yeah. Agreed.
That's another prime example. The one with Finn as well in the Hell in a Cell match at Mania. But that was Mania. I think...
Finn called that to carry on.
Yeah, this is it. This is where I'm getting to. This is where I'm trying to say.
I read that.
I think, obviously, people... Tribalism, which we talked about last week, so we're not going to go into great detail. People will straight away jump on, well, if something happens in AEW, well, why is this not happening? But the same thing happens over in the other companies as well. I think people need to remember that these people are trained professionals who don't want to show weakness because that's their match. And they need to be on, they feel like they need to finish these matches for storylines. Historically, look at Mick Foley. Hell in a Cell match. He was literally wheeled off on a gurney and decided he was coming back and got through for his centre again. I just think I think people forget that, yes, the ref can say, look, I need to stop this match, but if the wrestler wants to continue on, they're not going to stop them.
Yeah.
I do think they should do, because concussions are dangerous. I mean, Daniel Bryan's retired because of concussions damage.
Kevin Owens. With his neck.
Kevin Owens is on his way with his neck.
Big
E, Edge, Stone Cold,
Page.
Injuries is a big thing, and I do feel like they need to be protected a bit more. But then, where do we draw the line of protection and killing the story?
So you're probably going to be shocked by this. I agree they shouldn't have stopped the match. I'm for one for always calling out AEW referees for not doing what they should be doing. I still think half of them are poor. However, if Hook said he's fine, and clearly you can see he's fine, and he's responded, and because they normally when they do it they put their hands in their hands to squeeze it, and they're fine. If he's done that, he's fine. Just fucking carry on. I draw the line at, I don't know, carry on saying it, the Moxley thing that happened the other week with the bat.
Yeah, I know.
That's different. That's fucking different. That's a fucking nails in the back that could fucking cause him to not walk ever again if it goes wrong. But throwing up in the ring, mate, Draws fucking used to do it for the fucking fun of it. In the Attitude Era.
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
But,
Draws used to fucking throw up. He used to make himself. He was called Puke.
Yeah, I think the whole draw in it was because he's come out and he's got a concussion, and obviously has to sign a concussion. But
it fucking happens, man.
The ref checked them. The thing with Hook, and I'm pinpointing Hook here because it's the what's brought the subject up. Hook is cut from a different bit of cloth than the average wrestler.
That's Taz.
I mean, I named that group a couple of months ago the Hard Bastards. Because he's in there with Shibata, who snapped. I'm sure Shibata broke his neck and was told he was never going to wrestle again, and has come back and wrestled. He's there with Samoa Joe, probably the meanest in-ring performer, who genuinely could probably kill you and not worry about it. Hook is a different breed, and he's, as Matt said, his dad is Taz, so he's got a legacy to live up to in the ECW original. These guys didn't quit, but I do believe that superstars need protecting a little bit more, where if the ref says no, it's done, they don't get to override it. And I mean, like with Hook, if it was that bad, yes. The Drew one for me, that one was dangerous because it literally, I think it was like 16 staples in his head or something daft.
Yeah, but then you'll probably have Drew fucking crying about it and walking off because he's fucking stopped the match.
He's still having issues with the scar now. It was on social media the other day. But like Kev did damage his neck at the ladder match with Cody. But at that point in that ladder match, when he was literally folded in the chair,
Folded up in the ladder, yeah.
Should have been done just for his own safety. I do feel because
but that's a bit, I don't want to call it, but a bit hypocritical by you though. Because you say when it happens in AEW, you're like, oh yeah, it needs it, and then it happened. Like I'm not calling you out or anything, but I'm just saying
I'll hold my hands up. I'll hold my hands up. There's points. So the thing I think with me, there's a point where it's needed, and there's a point where we're standing into the dangerous line. So don't get me wrong, the baseball bat, I didn't mind it, but at the same point, I do agree with you. It's a dangerous stunt.
Yeah.
It's a dangerous stunt. If Hook's physically been sick in the ring, and he's not been unwell that day, then maybe that's, hang on, he's been sick in the ring, someone step in there.
Yeah.
Drew and the staples.
The staples.
It was a wide open gash. It worked for the match, and it's Drew. It's hard as shit. But at the same point, there should have been something done there, because that could have been a lot worse. I'm trying to think of other ones on both sides. I'm trying not to just pick WWE ones. Trying to think what else. The JD one is another one for WWE. JD wrestled on that broken rib. Well, what he thought was a punch of lung.
We're missing the big one.
Go on.
Triple H. 2001. Tore his quad in a tag match.
And continued on.
Because he said that we ain't stopping, because Jericho said stop the match. Yeah. Jericho even did it with Neville on Raw. Neville had a concussion, and Jericho could see it, and the referee couldn't. And Jericho started pushing Charles Robinson, and Robinson didn't have a clue what was going on. And Jericho was like, "You need to call the match." So he literally had to physically push him for a shoot finish. So then Charles Robinson understood what was going on, because the cameras were so focused on Chris Jericho and what he was doing that he could hear everything Jericho was saying, because he couldn't turn around and go, "He's fucking concussion."
But yeah. No, I'm not. Like I say, I get what you mean. I say it, but for me, it's just we need to protect these people. Go out week in, week out, put their bodies on the line for our entertainment, and I feel there needs to be a little bit of a contingency plan. Like if you spoon up in the ring because you've been concussed, that it's an X. There's no if, no buts.
Yeah.
If your head is gashed open and it looks like you're going to need a lot of staples, unfortunately, Drew, we're throwing the X up. It's too dangerous to carry on.
Yeah.
Because. And you mentioned his name before. How long until we end up with another Droz in a wheelchair?
Yeah.
How long till we end up with another Owen Hart someone dying in the ring.
Yeah.
And it's both companies. It's all companies because
Yeah.
I can pick one off the top of my head for TNA. Eddie Edwards getting hit in the baseball bat by accident by Sam Callahan, smashed his orbital ball in the match.
Yeah.
But they continued on.
Yeah.
And I think we lose too many talent right now, and over the last few years because of this. You'd think things would be better, but yeah,
I mean, it's that old saying, in it, and people go, oh, it's fake, and then this shit happens. Oh, he's always fucking faking that. How can you fucking fake half the shit that they do? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's wrestling, you're gonna get hurt, but then I agree, there is a certain line when you go, nah, Drew, fuck it, we can't do this. Call it off. WrestleMania with Finn kind of got why. WrestleMania, and the finish came earlier. They didn't carry on for another 20 minutes like they were supposed to. They cut it off.
You don't have to throw the X up for these matches. Just call the finish on the shoot.
Yeah, call finish on the shoot. Yeah. But the referees, and I say it again, the AEW referees, obviously WWE referees, been doing it for fucking years. Like Charlie Robinson, been doing it WCW days. And they've got the performance center and shit. I feel like the AEW referees could do with something like that. Or like an Earl Hebner there going, right, well, you've done this fucking... You shouldn't have done that. This is the way you should have done it, kind of thing. And WWE referees are the same, don't get me wrong, but I feel like WWE have got more of a training in place for their referees. I
think the communication between the referees and the superstars and gorilla position is the important thing there.
Yeah, definitely.
The ref checks on them and goes, I'll use Hook again as they go, oh, look, Tony, he's just threw up in the ring. And it looks like he's threw up. This is the second time it looks like, right, call, shoot, finish here, get it over and done with really quickly.
Yeah.
Or trips. Right, this gash on Drew's head is fucking gaping open. There's blood pissing out of it here. Right. Well, I can't remember who won that match. Punk won that match, didn't he?
Yeah,
right.
It's Hell in a Cell.
Get Punk, tell Punk to hit tell Drew and Punk that Punk's in the GTS right now, and let's end it and get it done. You know what I mean? He could have still finished the stories of their matches without throwing the X up. It's just they need to protect him, mate. They really do. Otherwise, we're going to be...
I agree. No, I agree. You ain't getting an argument out of me on that one. Right, let's talk WWE. Obviously, WrestleMania week, big week. Triple H. Obviously, we started off the week with big interviews. Like I said, we have all kinds of interviews happen during the week of WrestleMania. Triple H kicked things off on the High Performance YouTube channel the other day. If you're not seeing it, I can't remember for the life of me, I can't remember his name. If you watch BT Sport or TNT Sports, he's the guy that leads at the Champions League. I can't remember his name, but it's his podcast, and he does it with some guy that he's done like podcasts and stuff with before. And it was a really in-depth interview. They went into Vince and what it was like under Vince, went into his heart condition where Triple H started tearing up, into his career, into what goes into creative, his relationship with the stars. It went into literally everything, and it was a really good podcast. Obviously, let us into what we need to know. One of the things that I thought you'd be interested to hear was about CM Punk. Now, we all know the story about Punk returning. It didn't happen till Thanksgiving on the Thursday, when Punk rang Triple H and said, I heard you want to speak to me. And Triple H spoke to him.
Oh, it's Jake something.
That's it. Jake something. Does the F1 as well, doesn't he?
Yeah, he used to do children's TV on CBBC.
Yeah, he did. And he mentioned that Punk's, he rang Punk and said...
Jake
Humphries, that's the one. He rang Punk and said, listen, if you are still the man you were 10 years ago, you've wasted your life. If I'm the man I was 10 years ago, I've wasted my life. Kind of thing. And they were talking about working with Punk, and he said it's been great. He's a totally different person than he was. He's not the same person as he used to be. However, he has had a disagreement with him. Well, he hasn't. Anyway, this is what he had to say. Talks about CM Punk disagreeing with creative one day and then them working it out. She said, we've had a couple of moments since his return where there was one moment where he returned, they told him something creatively, and they told me he doesn't like it. And I was like, okay, I'll go talk to him. Triple H and Punk talked, and Triple H said, what's going on? I told him that creative, he was I told him the creative of what he was going to do, and he was like, yeah, that's fine, that's good, whatever. And Triple H turned around and said, I know you don't like it, everybody's told me, let's be open. He complained about what it was, and I said, well, let's go and sit down, talk about it, come up with something good. That sort of changed. It was like a paradigm shift for us relationship-wise. And now it's a funny thing for me to say, sitting down and being collaborative with CM Punk is one of my favourite things to do. Because he shares a very similar view at the end of the day of the business as I do. Yeah, so I know you hate Punk. However, it is backing up what I've been saying. He's done that wrong. And it looks like he, obviously, if it's Triple H fucking hated him 10 years ago.
But see, my issue with that there, mate, is he's had a problem with a booking.
It was his entrance. They wanted to give him fireworks. And Punk's never had fireworks. He's not one for fireworks.
Fair enough, then. That's something different. And that's...
It's not... Yeah, it weren't booking. He said it was to do with an entrance.
I thought it was something to do with booking a match, and he's... No... Spiced me out with the people that's booking the match, and then when Triple H, the boss, has come, he's going, yeah, that's fine. That there was like a reassurance of what I was saying, that he is just appeasing people. He's going to do what he's told just for now. But something I just don't... If I met Punk the Punk person in a real life situation, he would be one of them people that I would keep at arm's reach. It's just something about him I just don't trust. And I get AEW and WWE to do the same thing, but it's a totally different world. The two companies, the way they're run. Yeah. Massively different. And Punk can't go around and pick on the younger talent in WWE. Mm-hmm. He can, because the big guys would fucking murder him. Yeah. I don't know, mate. I don't know.
I know. I'm not expecting you to turn around and go, oh yeah.
Sitting here in 5 years' time, mate, and he still hasn't done nothing wrong. I'll still say the same thing.
I know.
I just don't trust the guy. And I think more now my issue is I'm sort of trying to move away from. I don't bring it up every week or anything no more. I think we're coming to terms more with my issue with Punk of how right now anyway, how things are, it's almost done to please Punk. Same in AEW. Everything's been done. So look at WrestleMania. He's been given the main event of WrestleMania. Doesn't deserve it. You had a full debate last night.
Yeah, no, I don't. I'm not arguing.
Doesn't deserve it. But to please Punk, they're giving him his WrestleMania. He's going to win that WrestleMania. Spoiler for my picks. That's my pick for that WrestleMania match. Picks will be out on Saturday. I just feel, why are they, and I mean both companies, why are they appeasing him to keep him happy? Where it should be, for me, it should be the other way around. Punk should be putting the graft in everywhere to keep Triple H happy.
Sounds like he is, though. He's down in NXT. He's in the Performance Center with the youngsters. He's sitting in creative now, helping with creative plans.
I get that, but as I touched on when I had a bit of a rant, when was it last week or the week before, where I got allowed to have a little rant. He's not exactly outside the main event picture, though, is he? He's walked straight into the top slot. 2 years in a row, mate. He's been cited favourite to win the Royal Rumble and go to the WrestleMania main event.
Well, to be fair, Cena was this year.
Well, Cena didn't. It was, Punk was the other one. But last year, he probably was meant to win it, but got injured and probably called on the fly. We don't know. Last year's Mania was a bit messy around that time of the year. He's returned straight back. He's gone into feuds with Drew and Seth, megastars.
Yeah, but then that's them as well. That's Seth and Drew causing that.
I'm not
so as much as we all want to say Punk's put himself in that, Seth's the one that fucking started having a paddy at the end of Survivor Series that he's returned, and then Drew did the fucking same. So it's not helped with them, because if they didn't do that, it wouldn't have kicked off whatever they've done.
I don't think that they had that situation is they were told as they went out the curtain that he was going to come out at the end of the match.
Well, that was because no one fucking knew.
Yeah.
This contract didn't get signed until he came back from Gorilla.
I just think, and the crowds piss me off more.
Crowds, mate. Fucking hell. Like, the crowds are the crowds. No matter what happens, it's either going to be CM Punk, or Cody Rhodes shit. It is what it is. The crowds are the crowds. They're all fucking... over is the same.
Yeah, but this is it, though. These people have been living in that state for the last 10 years when he wasn't around.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And that is, that annoyed me then when he weren't about. That was one of my big issues. Like I say, mate, I go back to it. There's something about him. I just think...
Do you know what I think it is with me? Do you know what I think it is with me? I don't have any loyalty to AEW. Like, you have loyalty to AEW. And it's like, what he's done in AEW is proper made you hate him. And you're probably going to say it's not, but it has. It's fucking made you hate him.
It's added to it. But Ted can vouch when he comes back for me. The night he returned back, we and Ted were watching it together at mine. The night he turned back, I said that was a bad thing. And I said to Ted that is... It
was always going to be a bad thing, regardless if you liked him or not. It was going to be a bad thing, no, regardless what it was. He was going to that company to literally... say shit about WWE, which he did in his promo.
Yeah.
And then he was going to think he was a big star. I said it. I sat there with Tomo, and I went, he's going in. It's the worst idea AEW could do. They've done it to try and get one over WWE, which worked for that week, because they got over $1 million. It was the only time they've got over $1 million.
But yeah, it's still... he was put on a platter and a pedestal by AEW, which we knew he was going to do anyway. Because, like you say,
money.
It was a money thing, but it was also two fingers up at Vinnie Mac at the time.
Yeah.
We've got the guy that said he'll never wrestle for you again and hates you, and he's going to run you down every week, and he did.
He did run him down.
Things went west with that, and yes, it is probably a part, because I've said it before that I feel part of AEW because I've been there since the day. Literally, I was up watching the announcement video for it. I bought and paid for the original All In pay-per-view. I was out of love a bit with WWE at the time as well, so I do feel very attached to AEW. And yeah, he did it. It hurt my company, but at the same point, I didn't want him there either.
No, you didn't.
I said, just go back to, I just don't trust him. That's my issue now. I think I've come to terms is I don't trust that man around the sport I love.
So
they're not my companies. This is the sport I love.
So this is why I said it's because of what happened in AEW. I feel like if that didn't happen in AEW, you wouldn't be as bad. And you could probably disagree with me, but I genuinely think that if that didn't happen with the Bucks and Jack Perry and the Glass and whatever...
The Jack Perry thing, I'm not asked about. It was the kick-off with the Bucks.
Yeah, so exactly, there you go then. So that's it. If that didn't happen...
And he brought it on because he was the one that came out and cut a promo on Adam Page.
I mean, I don't know, and I don't...
he came out and cut the promo on Adam Page about... I can't remember what it was.
I didn't watch AEW, I hated it back then.
He cut a shoot promo on Adam Page, because Page went into business for himself. I've got Wiki here, and it's got the suspension departure. That was it. So he had issues with Colt Cabana, and rumours were flying around that he refused to have Colt Cabana in the same locker room as him, so Colt Cabana wasn't being booked.
Oh yeah, because of what happened in the past.
Yeah, and he was blaming the Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, and Adam Page for leaking the rumours. In reference to the segment, he said that Page went into business as well prior to their match in May. So he brought all that on and stuff like that. But yeah, I just don't trust him. But look, I'll be the first one that will eat my words but I'll always have a DTA on him.
No, I know. But this is why I said this brings it back to my point. That's why you don't like him. I think as much as like for me. Do I detest him for what he did in 2014? Yeah, I kind of hold some hatred, but you know what? That was 2014. That was over 10 years ago. I couldn't give a shit anymore. He's not the person he was. You can clearly see it.
Yeah, I also think, though, the diehard CM Punk marks need to... diehard CM Punk marks and the tribalism side of the ones that are only WWE guys that are the ones where, that's shouting his name every... have to remember He walked out in WWE and said nothing but bad things about it.
Yeah, but half of these fucking people weren't even WWE fans back then.
But this is it. The ones that were, and then the ones that still shouting his name at every
chance.
I
totally agree.
You need to remember he walked out, and I think Seth said it in a promo. Was it Seth said in a promo? He walked out and expected people to follow suit, and they didn't. He left bitter, and he's come back, and everybody's A-okay with it. I mean the fans.
Just because, and I'll take me for example, because I'm fine with it, because it's 10 years ago. Like Triple H literally said on that podcast, if 10 years you are still the same person you were, you've wasted 10 years of your life.
So question on that then, is if he wasn't in the position he was in, Triple H now, do you think it would have been squashed the way it's been squashed?
No.
Do you think because of the position he's in now, it's sort of
Triple H?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely a business. And I
of course
agree,
it's a business.
You said it from the minute he walked through the
WWE
doors. It's a business opportunity.
Of course it is.
It's a business market. And
why would you not?
What it is. Triple H is now, unfortunately, it's not a wrestler. He's a businessman.
Yeah. That's why he's thinking. If that was Vince McMahon in there, he'd probably think the same. But then also he probably wouldn't even get him because of the age of it. Punk wouldn't even come.
I think Punk wouldn't come, and I think Vinnie Mac is that vindictive that he would have bought him back in.
And then just put him in on speed.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Triple H, because he's now a businessman and he's also looking at creatively, is CM Punk, Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins a good match? Yes, it's going to be a good match. Is it the match we all want? Proper fans, no. CM Punk fans, yes. Should it main event? No. Is it going to? Yes. Because it's going to draw more money than Jay and Gunther. As much as we don't agree with it, it's going to draw more money than Jay and Gunther in the main event. It is. It's Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins for one in there. Roman Reigns is one of the biggest draws, and so is Seth. And then you add Punk to it, it's fucking money printing. You've literally got a money printing business. So that's the reason I brought that up. Yeah. Anyway, we're moving on. Spoke enough about Punk. Stephanie McKay's been in the news. She spoke about finding out when she was signing for WWE and the offer she got with AEW. The offer she got. Sorry, something's just come up on the news thing, and I'll read it later. She spoke about AEW and how they offered her a bigger deal than WWE did. They offered her more money, with less dates or less time spent on TV. Stephanie McKay turned around and said, "I could go for the money with less dates. I could go where I've always wanted to go." And that's why she chose WWE. Because that was in her heart all along. AEW offered her apparently triple more than what WWE offered her. So she went to WWE because that's where she's always wanted to go.
I think, for me, and it's wrestlers' contracts in general, that's their business. Keep it out of the product. The Bucks have done it. They've talked about WWE money, and obviously WWE, like Stephen Curtis, people have been saying what they've been offered by WWE. We don't need to know that information. You went there. Obviously, people have their own views either way. But because I know people weren't happy with Stephanie McKay because she was the New Japan Strong Champion.
Something like that.
She was a champion and she just dropped the title and ran. Yeah, I think contract talk, mate, and it's a sports thing. That's their business. I don't need to know that and what they were offered. And
so this is what she said. Vicky asked both sides for a day to think about things. AEW offered to immediately cover her flight and hotel. WWE wanted her to sit front row at NXT Heatwave. However, she turned down both offers for that day, saying she didn't want to feel indebted to anyone. Also says, the person who was doing it said, listen to the Stephanie McKay interview. She talks about how AEW called her when she was already in Toronto to talk to WWE, saying they knew she was there and not to sign with them. And that day, she was talking with AEW and WWE, saying, here's what the others are offering. She told them to give her a day to think about it. AEW offered to pay for a flight and hotel right away. WWE wanted to sit front row that night at Heatwave, but she didn't want to roll anything to anyone. When she told WWE what AEW put on the table financially, WWE responded honestly they couldn't match the offer and wished her best if she chose AEW. Fakir admitted she was crying at that point, even though AEW's offer was higher, because WWE had always been her dream. Eventually, Shawn Michaels personally called her. She told him that no amount of money would make her happy if she wasn't doing what she truly loved. Shawn's words during that conversation deeply moved her, and although she didn't share the details, she said that helped solidify her decision, and the very next day she signed with WWE.
And the one thing I take away from that I like about that is that she is not money orientated. She's gone
money.
Yeah, some of it, and I just mean sports stars in general.
No, I know. I just choose Mercedes because she's on the biggest contract, more than Charlotte.
I can name footballers that done the same thing.
Yeah,
Philip Coutinho,
Mohamed Salah,
broke my heart. Shut up.
Nibble, yes.
Talk about my Egyptian king like that, and you'll always get a nibble.
Yes.
But yeah, sports stars
Zaki
in general, loyalty for me is everything. In the sporting world, if you support a team, you want your star player to be loyal to you and not run. So as a Liverpool fan, Steven Gerrard, one man club, loyal to us to the end. He went to America towards the end, but that was it. He didn't join any other Premier League sides. Same over United, Ryan Giggs, Paul Scholes, one man clubs, and with loyalties. Loyalty as a sports star is a good thing, and not being tempted by money and picking the right move for you is the right thing. I do think that is a good thing by her to openly say that she was offered a lot more money, but her dreams to wrestle in WWE.
Yeah.
Fair play to her.
Yeah. Kurt Angle, this has just popped up. Kurt Angle has hinted at coming out of retirement. He said this on Sportskeeda. John Cena is going to be immortalised when he retires. I mean, his last match, whether it be WrestleMania or whether it be a pay-per-view in December, which I heard some rumours that they might call the pay-per-view Ruthless Aggression. And then WWE was considered a year-end show themed after Cena's iconic 2002 debut, where he stepped up to Kurt Angle himself and slapped across the face of Kurt Angle on December 27th. Angle's comments now add even more weight to the idea, giving fans a potential early confirmation that WWE makes anything official. If the event does end up being branded Ruthless Aggression, it's not just a tribute, it's perfect bookend to one of the most decorated careers. Kurt Angle, John Cena, last match ever?
Full circle. Yeah, I can. Yeah, I am concerned for Kurt because the last time I actually seen Kurt, he was struggling to walk with his knees. I know he's had knee operations. I'd also believe Kurt deserves a better
than what he got. Yeah,
than what he got.
I agree.
So I won't be upset if that's the final full circle, and it's Son John Cena in the ring cutting a promo, and Kurt Angle comes out and slaps him.
I agree. And last thing before we actually talk about WrestleMania, The Rock has been in the news, where I sent you a photo of it. He has posted a video himself doing a Rubik's Cube, which I kind of get the reference, which I'll talk about in a minute. And a New Japan shirt on, which everyone got speculating that the forbidden door between New Japan and WWE would be open very soon. So in a video that Rock was seen solving a Rubik's Cube while wearing a New Japan shirt, that alone was enough to send fans into a frenzy, but the caption added even more fuel, saying slightly intellectually intimidated but keeping faith alive. Was it just a fashion choice, a nod to New Japan, or a sign of something much bigger? Sean Sapp revealed on the post-Raw show that New Japan had no clue it was coming. It caught them by surprise. They had no frame of reference for it. There was little information there. In other words, The Rock didn't give anyone a heads up. New Japan was just confused as the fans. Now, it could be two things. One, it could be a forbidden door to New Japan. I doubt it because of their affiliation with AEW. However, and the other thing is Jeff Cobb, which you alluded to on the predictions that it could be Rock's corporate muscle or whatever it is they're going to use him for. The Rubik's Cube, I feel, is him solving the issue between opening the door between New Japan and WWE. That he's finally solved it. That's what I feel the Rubik's Cube was. We could be doing what English classes used to always do and go, he said it's blue, which means he's miserable. No, he's just blue. In other words, he's just doing a Rubik's Cube. But I do feel like it was probably a nod saying, I'm going to fix the issue between the Forbidden Door thing. What do you reckon?
I don't know. Don't get me wrong, New Japan need as many doors open to help it as right now.
Yeah, it's good. Glad Ted's not here.
He has left some news, which I'll get to in a moment.
New Japan shit. Thanks, Ted.
I'm just trying to check. I'm just checking on the name. It's
any dream matches. I don't watch. The only people I know is what Ted says, which is
there isn't.
Dave Finlay.
Really quickly, there isn't any dream matches.
Is he not?
There isn't, and
they are in AEW.
And I'm about to say something semi-negative about AEW. It's all AEW level.
Clip it.
I can't see Gabe Kidd wrestling
Seth
Randy
Rollins.
Orton.
I could see Seth Rollins. I mean, I'm going off what I saw at WCPW. Like, how long ago was that?
These world changed now, mate. It's like a football hooligan. I think New Japan. It'll be if it's another TNA NXT deal. That's its limit, and even then, I think NXT is meant to be a developmental brand. I'd say their superstars is better than.
Fucking hell.
Superstars over there.
To be fair, Ted will probably agree with you. He loves NXT.
Ted will probably be absolutely fuming. I've said that. I think the agreement with AEW is far better for them. I think it's a more of a comfortable deal because they benefit from getting
Bucks.
They get the big stars going over, where WWE would probably go down with the NXT guys.
Yeah.
And I think the fans over there want to see Kenny Omega, Bucks, Hangman Page. Don't get me wrong, they'll probably flock to see Obafemi, Ethan Page, Ricky Starks, Trick Williams, because it's new talent. And I know Omos has done a thing.
Julia back down there.
Julia. I don't think Stephanie Vaquer will be very welcome.
Yeah.
But as in, like, which one would benefit it more? It's level scales there. I think it's more hinting towards somebody coming from there across than anything.
Okay.
Or it could be just fucking Dwayne just wearing a New Japan shirt and we're all clutching at straws.
Yeah. Like I said, well, you do in English class.
But, the Rubik's Cube is him trying to solve how he gets himself into Wrestlemania. I mean? That's it. He can't squeeze himself into the main event this year, but how can I get on that card?
Or it's how to get Rusev into something decent in WWE.
How do I get Rusev over?
Yeah. How do I do it? How can I get Claudio back and make him worth something?
In an ideal world, in a dream world of wrestling fans, the Forbidden Door is swung wide open for every company to work.
Yeah.
That's the dream. That's the dream. If a company is struggling, everybody clubs together, sends a couple of stars over and helps out. And New Japan could do with AEW and WWE working in tandem and letting them go.
Unfortunately, you've got two people with the massive egos at the fucking top of it. As much as I love Triple H, I don't even know I'll agree he's got an ego.
Do you know what? I think Triple H should be well open.
I do think it'll be Triple H more than Tony Khan. I think Tony Khan is just straight away no. I think Triple H would think about it. And
I think it would be silly. I think it'd be silly if he didn't think about it, Tony Khan. He didn't think about it.
Oh, yeah.
Put it on the table. Absolutely silly. Once, it doesn't even have to be a yearly thing or not a really, like, a multiple thing. Once every 2 years.
Yeah.
A Survivor Series.
And he literally says Punk comes nowhere near.
Yeah. They sit down and go, right, well, Punk can't feature on that card at all.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be WWE guys against AEW New Japan guys, because you put them together. So Punk can't feature. doesn't like it, tough shit. That could be a deal breaker. That there. And obviously then New Japan can step in and go, well, we don't want Stephanie Victoria either because of what happened there. Triple H could turn around and go, well, I don't want Gabe Kidd on there because of the shit he said about my styles before. Because he's
and Will Ospreay.
An Ospreay. And that's it. You hash it out in business sense. You put that in any arena in the world, put it across 2 nights, it would be bigger than Mania.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you'll see proper tribalism on this fucking channel. AEW, WWE, and New Japan.
Yeah.
You will see a proper tribalism.
That would
apart from when it comes down to Kenny and Seth, and then he's confused who to go for.
Sit in the middle.
Poor Heyman.
I've had to do that before, mate. So that's that was Kenny and Seth. With Kenny against the Bucks. It was such a hard match to watch. It was a great match, but such a who don't want to win. But yeah, on New Japan, really quickly. Ted has left a news, and then he sent me something as well. So New Japan Strong had an event this week. Don't ask me what the event was. Windy City, I think it was. And Hiroshi Tanahashi had a match. I believe he lost, but has confirmed that was his last his last match in New Japan Strong. For you who don't know what New Japan Strong and New Japan the difference is, New Japan Strong is the one that they created during COVID for the stars that were stuck in US. So it's mainly all in the US. And the other one was the Young Bucks have called out Bullet Club War Dogs for a match in New Japan Strong in a few weeks' time. Now, the War Dogs have 4 members. There's only 2 Young Bucks, and as good as they are, they're outnumbered still. So they have said that they will be coming with a couple of friends, OG friends, from back in the day. I and Ted agree that we are going to see the Young Bucks and the Good Brothers take on the War Dogs in a few weeks' time. It's in May. I think that's going to be the first booking for the Good Brothers since their release. And I, for one, is very excited about that because Young Bucks, this is the Good Brothers.
Yeah.
Couldn't care about the War Dogs. Sorry, Ted. That really couldn't care.
Don't hurt him.
Gabe Kidd a little bit, because he did have a good match this year with Kenny. But yes, that is the 2 bits of notes that Ted has left on New Japan this week. He is out there. I don't believe he's watching New Japan. I think he's doing Stardom. I think we said last night.
Stardom, yeah.
I think New Japan is on the same day as Wrestlemania at the same time. So he's picked Mania, which is fair enough. But yeah, we might look out. I think he's sending footage back as well for videos. So look out for Ted's travels around Japan. We didn't set the scavenger hunt.
Oh, shit. We didn't. Fuck.
But I think it's going to go to like Riviera Steak, which is known for wrestlers. Big steakhouse where the wrestlers go. I think it's going to go to some of the shops and stuff out there because they've got a lot of shops based in just about wrestling because they absolutely love it out there. So keep an eye out for Ted's journeys over on the social medias. Right, Mania time.
Mania, yeah. What a shit show last night was. Let's start off with SmackDown, actually. Let's start off with SmackDown. We'll start off talking about the women's title. Charlotte Flair, Tiffany. Charlotte came out and attacked Tiffany, threw her over the desk. And for some weird reason, Wade Barrett got in the middle of them saying you're going to get yourself suspended or whatever. Like, apparently Charlotte Flair and Tiffany both got told to stay home because of what happened the week before when Tiff went very personal and went off script. And then Charlotte tried to get one back going. Is that why Kaiser's in my DMs like that? So I fucking dig at anything. And Kaiser came back on Instagram and went, "You wish." Yeah, it needed, and it brings me on to Jane Gunther as well. After last night, it needed Charlotte to absolutely beat down Tiffany. For me, that I know the hatred's there between them, and I get it, but I just need a beatdown. Charlotte's not had a proper beatdown of Tiff. It needed it. I feel like they've missed an opportunity with that there. They could do it this weekend on Saturday. On the Friday, I doubt it because the Hall of Fame's literally 2 hours later. But I don't know. What do you think?
I think, yeah, I agree with you. It needed a little bit more. It needed a bit more physicality after the botched promo. I don't think we'll see much this week on SmackDown from anybody.
No, I don't either. We never do.
We're running the line of being injured, and then I think as well, they're two very good-looking women, so they're going to want them in the ball grounds and dressed and ready for, front and center at Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
But yeah,
back in an arena as well. The Hall of Fame, back in a normal arena.
Good.
And not after SmackDown.
I do agree with you there, mate. You need a little bit more physicality after
what happened the week before. Yeah. I'm going to move on to it now to get it out of the way. The tag titles. It's annoyed me, mate. I don't know why. So, all year, the WWE tag team titles are literally on week in, week out on the show. I don't think there's not a week gone by where we've not seen the titles. Whereas the World Tag titles, we didn't know we fucking had them at one point. Because they were not on TV for a month. So, Street Profits, DIY, Motor City Machine Guns, and Pretty Deadly. That was a perfect opportunity to give Motor City Machine Guns their WrestleMania
moment, yeah.
That they never had because they've always just come to WWE. So, one, you could have ticked that off the list. You could have also given Pretty Deadly a tag team match. I know you don't like him, but you could have given Pretty Deadly a WrestleMania moment there as well.
I would have booked him for Mania.
No, I know, but I'm saying I know you don't like him, but I would have given him a good spot. Street Profits deserve it, and so did DIY. DIY have held down that tag division. So you took off 4 tag teams that worked their ass off all year for 2 tag teams, and nothing against the New Day, nothing against the War Raiders. But they've got no momentum. They've got nothing to it. They've had a feud for 3 weeks, and then on the go-home show, you put a vignette out.
Yeah.
Like, that's why. You could have... And something came out of the reason why they don't do pre-shows anymore. So WWE wanted to put the focus on the build-up and get everyone excited for the event and not have any more pre-show matches. Because people have been asking. And that's the reason why. Fuck that. You could have had the Andre Memorial Battle Royal. Doesn't mean fuck all anymore. It's on SmackDown. Like, the last memorable person that won it, that actually did something with it, I think was Cesaro. He won the Intercontinental title. I know Jay won it, but Jay did fuck all with it after it.
I would say Baron's win projected Baron onto the main roster.
Baron Corbin. Yeah, Baron was after him. Baron Corbin was 34. Baron Corbin. I'd back it.
That's sort of its level now. It's you give a potential as a new star coming up from NXT to win it to give him.
So you say that, but then Riddick Moss, Mojo Rawley. Who won it last year? Bronson Reed, to be fair. Without the injury, probably would be world champ now.
It needs, to give that some sort of relevance, it needs to have, like, a title shot tied to it. Yeah, like an Intercontinental or a US title or whatever, or a world title shot to give it some relevance. Because you are going to put, like, this year, we're going to see the likes of... why have I just gone blank? Ray Phoenix is going to be in it, probably.
Carmelo Hayes, The Miz. Andrade. Apollo.
Probably the Creed brothers.
Yeah, Apollo.
Carly O.
I'm
trying to think who's not been booked.
Shinsuke.
Yeah, Nakami's about.
Again. I swear down, if Sammy makes his return and wins it, I'm going to be pissed off.
But yeah, you're going to put people in there who could, if they win it, to get a shot at the IC title.
Oh my god, it's going to be Rusev.
Yeah. But yeah, you're going to see that. You're going to see people winning it, and it has no relevance. And I get it; it was just a nice memorial originally. But if you want to keep putting it on, and you're not doing the pre-show, there needs to be pre-show for that, and it needs to have, or if you haven't SmackDown, it needs to have. You win this, you get a title shot.
Yeah, I agree.
But like an IC title. Same with like are they doing the women's one this year?
No, they've not done the women's one since 2019.
Yeah, see the women's.
It was named after Was it Moolah?
Yeah, yes.
And after what came out, after it came out, they wanted to change it. And I think they did for a year, but then it fucked it off. Because I think they got rid of half the women on the roster. So they couldn't even do it. So they fucked it off. Yeah, the tag titles has absolutely pissed me off because you've just got one with that has had a workhorse and that means something, and the other one that doesn't even mean something. And if it is to put it on just for Big E, then I'm okay with it. But if it literally just comes out and War Raiders or New Day win and that's it, I'm going to be well annoyed. You will see a pissed off Matt on TikTok and YouTube live Saturday night. Come join us. Yeah. Ray Phoenix, you said on stream last night you've not been impressed with him since he's come out, the presentation of him.
So, do you know what? I thought about it after I said it. I've not been impressed.
The presentation of him.
Phoenix, the presentation has been a bit lackluster for me, but then at the same point, I think it's not fair because I'm doing what everybody else wanted them to be put together. I'm doing the same thing that I said I was going to do. Is I'm comparing it to Pentas. Penta has hit the road running.
Yeah.
And I think because of obviously being held back a little bit because of the deal and stuff with Tony Khan, I think it's just
it's hindered him.
And it's missing that thing. It's missing that special sparkle. And I think I'm still very glad that he's separate from Penta. Still very happy. I just feel like for me it's getting to it's just another luchador. They did the same with Dragon Lee when he came up. All the jazz, and now look what Dragon Lee's doing. I don't want that with Ray Phoenix. He's such a better.
I don't think it is. I think because Dragon Lee, we saw him one week and the next week we didn't. He got took off the WrestleMania card for Andrade.
Yeah.
No, Phoenix, presentation-wise, I know where you're coming from. We are comparing it with Penta. However, Penta's had more time. And literally, they signed Ray Phoenix, and 2 weeks later, he's on the show. Whereas Penta, they signed him, they had at least, was it a month before his debut? And they had enough time to build it up. Yeah. So, they've had more time to kind of do it. Plus, SmackDown is probably the right place to put Phoenix at the moment. He's away from Ray. He's away from Penta. He's away from the LWO.
Yeah, but he's near the Tasmal, whatever
they're breaking up. They're on the verge of breaking up. His match with Nathan Frazier, when it happened, we did have a comment of, I think, Heel Jack, or someone put in the comment section about Nathan Frazier, no one giving props. I forgot to give him props. Nathan Frazier did amazing to step in and be the one to face Phoenix on his debut. Yeah, I thought it was a fantastic match. Last week with Berto, I thought Berto did fantastic with Ray Phoenix. Shows how good Berto is. I like Angel and Berto as a tag team. I don't like them with Legado del Fantasma. I like them all separate.
So with Berto and Garza, I'm at the same point I am with Joaquin Phoenix and the other Wilder. I would like to see them away and just do their own things.
Oh no, Cruz del Toro
and Joaquin Phoenix. I preferred them to over Berto and Garza just because of the work they did in NXT this year where you slingshotting them everywhere. Little shit like that makes me excited about them. They, for me, they could be so much more than that, and I think Raw's tag division could probably do with them two being away from LWO.
Well, yeah, anyone could do better.
LWO, and I said last night, LWO has pissed me off now. I was so excited about the LWO coming back, but I'm sorry, but the LWO can't be a face.
The wrong person's leading it. It should be Andrade. A heel Andrade.
It should have been Santos. Santos should have dumped.
Oh, either one.
They should have all dumped Ray out, and Santos should have took over it. And Andrade and Santos should have been working together.
Yeah.
And made a full heel group out of it. But it's Ray. It's Ray. He sells merch. Mm-hmm. And Vince has said that, and I'll probably say Triple H can't say it. He's one of them people that you put a mask on the stand, the kids are going to want to buy it. So he's going to get put in places where he shouldn't be.
But yeah, the LWO annoys me massively because I was well excited about that.
I think Seth Rollins has just done an interview because there's a lot of stuff that's just come out about Seth. He's hinted that he could join The Rock. He's put, look, my soul's always...
With a good time, Mr.
Honestly,
Rollins.
he's put, look, my soul's always for sale. I've been a guy in my career who's gone through a lot of ups and downs, but look, if I look at the situation, it seems to me the best course of action for the company as a whole to join with people that maybe in the audience doesn't want me to join with. I will make that decision based on how I feel is the best direction for the company.
And do you know what? I can write this storyline right now for you. If we're going to go down the lines of the power struggle between Triple H and The Rock at some point, which I feel like it might be a storyline, he aligns with The Rock, and Triple H is like, "What? We've always been, da 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 da. Yeah, you brought Punk back. You brought Punk back, not him." And that's why I'm with him. That's it. That's all you need.
Wow, this adds more fuel to your hatred for Punk.
Oh, if it's Mr. Rollins, I believe every.
This is what he said. Of course you do. This is what he said.
Preach to me, Seth.
So Rollins was asked a simple question: who does he hate more, Punk or Reigns? And his answer was immediate and scathing. That pales in comparison how I feel about CM Punk. This is a guy who is a thief, he's a scavenger, he's a fake martyr, he's a snake oil salesman, he's a con artist. He'll sell you a false bill of goods at every turn with no apologies, with zero responsibility. He's a guy who left this place, ghosted all his friends. If you have your own personal crap to deal with, that's life, I get it. To then ask to leave their jobs, leave their security, leave their dreams behind out of loyalty to you. And when they don't, you start to tear these people down in the media any way you can. Then you take money from some billionaire's kid to come back to the business that you've forsaken and continue to try and tear down our company until that billionaire's kid doesn't want to pay you anymore. And now you want to come back and take our money and wave the flag. I cannot tell you the absolute disgust in my veins that I have for CM Punk. There is no comparison to him and Roman Reigns. Do you know what? Fuck it. I'm further on the CM Punk hate. Seth's got me there. Fuck it, yeah. Fuck you, CM Punk.
So, if anybody that's like, oh, he's just feeding to the storyline, there's a video, and I brought it up when that video was launched. It was all over the internet, and it was when he was still at AEW. And Seth Rollins was asked about CM Punk returning to WWE, and he was like, hell no.
Yeah, he did. It was during the cancer. It was the 2K release, wasn't it?
Yeah. He's like, hell no. Phil Brooks is a cancer to the sport.
Yeah.
He genuinely dislikes this man. But the difference between him and probably every other wrestler that has a problem with another person is he is a businessman.
Yeah.
And he will do what's right for the business because he is loyal to the business.
Reigns is the same. That's what he said. Exactly what Roman Reigns said is, whatever. If it's good for business, then we'll do it. If not, then I won't do it.
And I'd say, genuinely, I'm starting to believe it as well a little bit more and more interviews. I think Drew's the same. He doesn't like him either, but it's business. And if that's who he's put to face, he will wrestle him. Absolutely. And look, I'm not getting back into it again. We've already spoken about it before.
Yeah, we've done it.
I've already spoken for, but these are the guys that are in the same locker room as him. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. That match, we've already spoke about that match last week, so if you want to go and know our thoughts on that triple threat match and why it should not be main event, then go to next week. Go on last week's main event. Cody Cena, we've spoke about at length as well. If you want to know our thoughts, go check out previous main events. Still intrigued to see who's going to win that. I don't want Cena to win. And people would think, hey, the Cody guy. It is literally just because I don't want the title off TV. Cena wins, it's off TV. And you've got... It's going back to what Brock Lesnar did. And we absolutely ridiculed Lesnar for it. And Reigns. Mm-hmm. People ridiculed Reigns for it. And it's going to go back to that. And I don't want it to. But you need that 16th title.
I just hope that he hasn't got filming scheduled in. Because I know Peacemaker's finished for filming.
So, I think I had at one point... Oh, Dave put it in our chat. in our Discord. Got yourself to the Discord to find out what we're talking about. He put Cena's dates in. So he's there for obviously SmackDown on the 18th. He's on Raw, and then he's on SmackDown, and then he's not seen then till the 9th of May, which is the night before SmackDown. Night before Backlash. And then he's gone for another 2 weeks, which is Saturday night event. Then he's on that SmackDown, and then that SmackDown after, SmackDown after, SmackDown after.
Well, if this is his current schedule, thing pending the change, things can change. But if he is going to win it, and well, let's be honest, we think he is, or do we? Go check out the prediction video coming out Saturday. He's got to be on TV more. He's got to be. Otherwise, yes, it's the same. We don't want that.
He said he was going to be on TV on Raw every week when he came back for his retirement tour, and he didn't.
Yeah, well, this is it. I know that bit there. He was filming Peacemaker, so that's where that was, because that's due back on TV anytime soon. But yeah, I'm hoping he's on TV more, because heels Cena on TV as a champion is going to be good TV, depending on who he's feuding with. It's going to be great.
It's good to see it's all SmackDown now and not on Raw.
Yeah. Yeah, because SmackDown needs him. SmackDown needs him over there.
Yeah.
Cody, whatever else. I'm intrigued to see, though, if Cena does win, what's next for Cody?
I think he'll feud with him again at Backlash. I think he'll just get his rematch, and he'll lose, and then he'll move on.
Yeah, so I mean, where do we move on next for Cody? We bounce around for a bit,
Drew.
Do a bit. Drew. Yeah.
Unfinished business there with Drew.
Yeah. Yeah, there's so much. I mean, you could do Drew, you could do Fatu. There's plenty of room there for Cody. But yeah, no, maybe it's an interesting one. So what time are we on this one?
On what?
Well, how long have we been at?
We are on an hour and a half.
Right. Well, let's quick fire ones for you, Matt. Now we know the cards so far, barring what Randy's doing. What are you picking to be your match of the night?
Oh,
2 nights.
Over both nights.
You can have one. You can have one from each night. One from each night.
Match of the night on night when we get the card up for each night, and I can tell you. Okay, don't type that. Let's have a ganders now. So
now I want you to give me your match of the night, not what your match of the night, not that, because my follow-up question is going to be, what matches do you think could steal the show?
So the first one is, what do I think is going to be the match of the night? On night one, it's probably going to be Reigns, Punk, and Rollins. I think will steal the show.
Oh, that's going to be the match of the night.
That'll be the night of the night, yeah.
Yeah. Night 2?
Oh, God. It's a lot better. I'm going to go... I'm going to go the Fatal 4-Way.
Okay.
Dom, Finn, Penta, Braun.
So for me, for night 1, I think the match of the night could potentially be the triple threat as well. I'm
torn between 2 on night 2.
A Fatal 4-Way in the main event for me.
Oh no, I've not got a main event way even in my thoughts.
Just going off last year's, I feel I need to do something special at main event.
They can't keep doing that every fucking year though.
Well, that's fucking expected now, isn't it? So.
No, because that was what's when I thought finishing the story.
But okay, next question now. You can only have one here. What match over the 2 nights
AJ Logan
stealing the show?
AJ Logan. I think it fucking could.
It's going to be a good match. It's going to be great. But I feel because of what's happened, Gunther and Jay.
I think it's gonna die a death.
But for me, I want it to be the
no.
I want to walk away after night 2 going, fuck, Jay and Gunther. Pff, stole it, mate. That was the match they made. They made the people realise they should have closed that show.
Do you know the issue on night 1? There's 5 singles matches. With no stipulation.
Yeah. Pointless matches.
Not pointless. But, well, no, because, like, Gunther and Jay's for the world title.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah.
Tiff and Charlotte's for the women's title. Jacob and LA Knight, I don't see what the fuck where that's come from. Like, I don't actually see where that's come from. They feuded for a couple of weeks in the match.
Rey Mysterio could watch down SmackDown.
We're not, mate. Are we really going to get on my thoughts on the first two matches?
Right then.
What are you not looking forward to? Is it Starbucks Coffee and Rey?
Yeah, Rey Mysterio and El Grande.
Yeah, same.
And CM Punk winning that match.
Jeez.
Who do you reckon's going to walk out of Mania in a
better off?
Better off.
Jay.
Who do you reckon's going to walk out of Mania worse off?
Oh. Bianca, because I don't see what you do with Bianca after that. I know she's got unfinished business with Jade and Naomi. Do I want to see a triple threat between Jade? Oh, it depends how well that match goes, to be fair. Probably Bianca. Cody, whoever loses between Cody and Cena, it's Cody and Cena. You ain't going to get a loser out of that, are you, really? Priest and McIntyre, again, you're not going to get a loser out of it. The Fatal 4-Way, ain't going to get a loser because the story's coming out of it. AJ Logan's going to be a banger. No, and whoever loses, it's not going to hurt Logan, it's not going to hurt AJ. Raquel and Liv, Bayley and Lyra, it's got no build-up whatsoever, so who cares? Triple threat, we know Punk's winning, doesn't matter. Gunther Jay, it doesn't hurt Gunther by losing to Jay, even though I know you probably are going to go hypocrite. I did say a couple of months ago it would. I don't think it would. With how far Jay's gone. Tiff and Charlotte. Oh, Tiff.
Tiff's mine. So I'm going. Jay's going to be the rocket. We're lighting the rocket. The fuse has been lit. It's just about to blow up, and he's going to light the sky up.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. He's got to put a performance on. Last year it was lackluster.
It was
awful. This
awful.
year he's got. This is why I'm hoping it steals the show. Coming off better, worst off. I think Tiff, if she walks out as a loser.
Yeah, Tiff. I'll go with Tiff.
And potentially LA Knight.
No, I don't agree.
I know he's a megastar and the fans love him and stuff, but that title he's picked up a couple of times down, he's dropped it. I would like something new for LA Knight after this
draft.
But yeah.
He's not done Raw. Take him over to Raw.
Yeah. On the other side, anybody else like the Coffee and Rey, I'm not really fussed about. New Day and War, not.
I'm not bothered by that if one thing happens.
Yeah. Other than that, I don't think anybody else can come off bad off. I think the Fatal 4-Way is going to be a great match.
Yeah.
So I think they're all going to come out. We're going to have storylines off the back of it either way. But yeah, I feel like for me, LA Knight and Tiff are the ones who could suffer the most.
Yeah. No, I agree. Tiff, I'd probably thinking about it. Bianca probably wouldn't come worse off. It's Bianca.
She can be injected into Jade Cargill, Naomi stuff.
No, but I mean, coming off it, like, where does she go? Like, title wise, she can slip into any title pitch. It's Bianca. She's same as Rhea and Charlotte.
She can be put into that IC title picture then.
I think the other person that could potentially hurt is Jay.
If he doesn't win. Yeah. Absolutely.
I think if he doesn't win, that's burst. It's done. You don't do anything after it.
You might as well just put him back with Jimmy and bring the Usos together.
And I think that's the potential of what they could do.
I don't want it though.
No, I don't think anyone wants it. I'm not saying I want it. I'm saying that it's a potential what they could do. Because they've seen that Jimmy probably can't, and as much as we don't agree and he can do it on his own, they probably see that Jimmy can't do what Jay can do, so we'll put them back together.
Yeah. And then last one, night 1, night 2. Which one's
night 2?
Night 2's the one for you, yeah?
No, look at it, mate. Stacked.
Yeah.
AJ Logan, Braun Penta, Finn Dom, Priest, McIntyre, Io, Bianca, Rhea, Cody, Cena. And if Orton's probably going to get put on that as well because there's only 6 matches.
Yeah.
So you're going to have Orton
I think
versus
the guys
whoever.
in night one need to remember they're out there first. Set the bar high.
Mm-hmm.
And build it up. Because night 2 was pretty lackluster. Opened well, ended well. Middle was meh last year.
The street fight was good. Bailey and Io was good. Can't remember. Oh, LA Knight and AJ. Was it? No, not AJ. Yeah, AJ won it. That was a bit of a lackluster match, to be fair.
But yeah, guys,
I know what you mean.
But guys, so as we said, it is WrestleMania week. We are going to be live. Matt is live tonight for NXT.
Yeah, I am.
Matt may be live tomorrow and Thursday during the day, just for Wrestle Chat. Whatever else he plans to do, he might play a bit of games. So I don't know. Whatever Matt fancies to do, there's nothing planned as such for them. Then Matt is live. Ready for this one, peeps? Matt will be then live on Friday for SmackDown. Hall of Fame, which takes him into Saturday. By the way, we're in Saturday this now, by the way. For you guys in America, like, oh, it's the same day. No, it's not. This is early hours, so SmackDown at 1 a.m. A little break in between, which you may stay online with.
2 hours. I'm going to have to stay online because I can't go to sleep. I'll probably play 2K for 2 hours.
Hall of Fame at 6 a.m. UK time. Then he'll get his head down if he can for a few hours. I hope he does, because I need his energy. Then we are going in to have Takeover from 6 p.m.
By the way, sorry, I know we're doing that, sorry, but I'm just touching on Takeover. Let's get Takeover up. Not Takeover, Stand and Deliver. They don't call it that anymore, do they? Unfortunately. Stand and Deliver at the moment, the card looking like this. Oba, Femi, Trick and Javon. Triple threat match, NXT title. Cannot fucking wait for it. Oba's going to kill them all. Ricky Saints versus whoever wins the Fatal 4-Way match tonight. I don't know. I think Ethan Page is in it. I think it's going to be Ethan Page, to be fair. Ethan Page and Ricky Starks for the North American title. Sean Spears, Ethan Page, and 2 others. I can't remember the other 2. David Fraser and Nixon versus whoever wins the Gauntlet match tonight for the tag titles, which is probably going to be Hank and Tank, which is going to be sick if it is. They're like, Hank and Tank, to put them in perspective, is like Tucker and Otis.
Oh, okay. I'm good.
So you'll get behind them because you'll like them. I know you will. Yeah. They're fucking funny. Stephanie Vicky, Julia, Jordan Grace, Jada Parker. Pray to God's Jada Parker wins that. And Zarya, Kalani Jordan, Soul Rucker, Izzy Dame, and 2 other people to be determined tonight on NXT for the North American Women's Championship ladder match. It's going to be good, NXT Stand and Deliver. It's going to be sick. And John, I can't wait to show John some NXT action because he shits on it. So I can't wait for him to sit. No, I know, I'm joking. But yeah.
But yeah, so
6 o'clock.
6 p.m. UK time. We'll probably be live, depending on what time I get off from work. Probably
and I wake up.
And Matt wakes up. Then the stream will end. And we may end it pretty much right away. Yeah. Just because we've got to get ready for Mania. And then we'll be back between 11 and 11:30 for Mania, because Mania starts at midnight. Mm-hmm. And then you got us from midnight right through to the end. And then on Sunday, we will be back around 11:30 for Mania Night 2. Yeah. Whatever way that works out. Whatever incarnation.
Yeah, whichever way we do it.
We're live again Monday night for Raw. And then it's back to normal.
I am on live for NXT. And then I'll be live for SmackDown that week. SmackDown after WrestleMania. And then I am taking a week off. You will not have me for NXT or SmackDown.
And Ted on Raw.
Ted needs to pick up the slack that week. Needs to do double duty. Not told him this, but...
Yeah, no, we'll have Ted back that week. So, I don't know. I might be on Raw. I don't know. Ted did a lot of Raws. He got his worth.
Yeah, he got his worth in.
But, yeah, back to normal after that. But as you're also well known now, we are Wrestling Fellas. Someone called us in the live the other day, the greatest trio in wrestling right now, even though there's only 2 of us here.
Who am I to disagree?
The Elite are broken up at the moment, so it's fine. I can give them that one. Yeah. But yeah, we are. There is normally 3 of us. Ted, he's not here with us right now. It's like we'd like to say he's dead. Rest in peace. He'll be in pieces when he gets back here. We're just moving back Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
But yeah, we are Wrestling Fellas. We are Wrestling Fellas everywhere. So make sure you go and follow us everywhere. Literally, there's no Wrestling Fella Pods or anything anymore. It's Wrestling Fellas everywhere.
Yeah.
Get in the Discord, join the Discord. I did say on the prediction video before, if you join the Discord and subscribe, it is a paid subscription over on TikTok. When the AEW pay-per-views are on, I know AEW pay-per-views are paid one, and a lot of people struggle with, obviously paying for them. I'm going to have it anyway because we're going to be live for it. I will happily open up a private party in the Discord for anybody that can't get the AEW pay-per-view so you can watch it, but I'm only doing it for paid subscribers long term as well. So make sure you do that, and that's if you want in on that and you want to be able to watch the AEW pay-per-views with us. There'll be mute, whatever, we'll work it out when it comes, but make sure you do that. Other than that, Matthew,
we've got main event tonight. We had WrestleMania quiz out last night, so go watch that. Really good. We've got the WrestleMania card prediction video that we did. We looked back on that. Comes out Thursday. GM mode Friday. Predictions Saturday. There will be nothing on Sunday, obviously. And there'll probably be no GM mode that week, just because of how many lives I've done. And the GM modes, when I edit them, take 3 or 4 hours to do because of what I do on them. So that week will be 2 episodes of Showcase and My Rise. If you've got a My Rise in the bag.
I can get one in the bag.
Yeah, cool. So yeah, no GM mode next week. However, there will be one more coming out on Friday, so check out that, and then it'll be back to normal the week after.
But yeah, so make sure you follow us everywhere, subscribe everywhere, put your notifications on just in case you're worried you're going to miss out on when things are live.
Twitch pages are in the bottom as well. Go and join John when he goes live to play Schedule 1.
Yeah, so I play Schedule 1 at the
moment. And then me when I'm playing Supermarket Simulator.
Yeah, so the boys are also working on gaming stuff as well. Wrestling will always exist. It's not going nowhere. We're not trying to fight and venture off on the back of our success. We're actually just trying to build upon it. So yeah, make sure you go and follow us over on Twitch and YouTube as well. King JB98 on YouTube too. Because I'm building that crazy bastard building 2 YouTube channels.
Tell me about it.
But yeah, till Mania night for me.
Till tonight.
Till tonight.
See you in a few hours.
See you all later. But yeah, guys, don't forget, Wrestling Fellas everywhere. Peace out. Catch you in Mania.
Yeet.